Hey everyone, I'm Nick.
I'm Vic.
And we're Envy Board Gaming. Today we're looking at Gods Love Dinosaurs. It's a game published by Panasaurus. It's a 2 to 5 player game designed by Casper Lab. Vic's going to teach you how to play, and we'll come back with our thoughts and review.
Hi there, welcome to the table. Here we are set up for a 4-player game of Gods Love Dinosaurs. This game is all about building out an ecosystem that will get you the most dinosaurs, because you're going to score points for the dinosaur eggs, which come in either regular color or golden, which represents 5 dinosaur eggs, and these little dinosaur tiles. The more you get of the dinos, the more chance you have to win. It's a very simple, straightforward tile placement game. Everybody has their own little ecosystem tile to start with. And what you're going to do in this game is you're going to go through and take tiles. You can grab any of the tiles that are available. And as you do, you will place them in your own ecosystem. It doesn't matter, the terrain doesn't need to match exactly where you're putting it down, but it is a good idea to do that just because it will eventually get you more prey so that your predators don't go hungry, which I'll get into in just a moment. So you would take this tile down, and if you selected this one with the bunny on it, you would grab a bunny from the supply and add that right away to your ecosystem. The first player would get this little volcano. That is what that is for. And what you're trying to do ultimately is go through, take turns in player order. Player with the sharpest teeth goes first, or however you want to determine the starting player. And you will add tiles in turn order until you have no more tiles available in a section, which will activate, if the dinosaur is at the bottom, that will activate the dinosaur phase. But before that, there is an icon for each prey type and predator type. So to go through them, there's the frogs, the rabbits, the rats or rodents, and then they have the cougars or the tigers and the eagles. And what you want to do is get enough prey in your ecosystem so that your predators are able to eat them. And who eats the predators? Well, the dinosaurs can eat the predators, and you will get points for that. If the dinosaurs just eat a prey animal, that's okay. That just means your dinosaurs don't die off and they don't go hungry. And the same goes for your predators, that you don't want to lose those. But I'll get into that in just a second. So first off, you would, when this column emptied, if all of these tiles were taken, then you would go ahead and activate the frog phase, which just means adding a frog in every space that's adjacent to an existing frog that has the frog's terrain, the little lily pad pond. And that is the same rules for the rabbits and the rodents as well. And those prey are going to multiply as long as there's a space available. There are wild spaces, these little orange tiles, they're wild, so they represent any terrain. And what's interesting when we get here to the dinosaur phase is that the dinosaur is going to go around and they're going to eat your prey. So hopefully you've put a prey out. Let's say that the lion went out here, and they can go on any terrain type. If they were taken, you would have to make sure that you navigate your dinosaur back to one of these tiles. So with these mountain tiles, what you're going to do is you're going to leave the nest and consume within 5 movements one of the predators. Now all of these figures, they have different moving rules. The predator will eat up to 2 spaces in any direction, whereas the eagle, the pink guys here, they need to eat in a straight line. They can go up to 3 spaces in a straight line, and they eat just the prey, which are the frogs, like I said, and the rodents and the rabbits. And so ideally what you'll have is your dinosaur will go around and they'll have eaten this full predator, and you'll get an egg for having eaten one of those predators. If you didn't eat a predator and you ate a prey, that's okay, your dinosaur stays alive, but you're trying to get dinosaur eggs and dinos. If your predator, if you were in a phase and this column had emptied out and you had predators, they will consume the prey, and if they've eaten 2 prey, they actually end up reproducing, and there is another predator that appears in your ecosystem if you have the space for it. if another dinosaur phase was triggered, because we end up moving this dinosaur forward every time a column empties, and when it does, we fill up only the column that's completely empty, that just had the dinosaur phase activated, we would take them from this supply here that are labeled A through D, and eventually the game is going to end once all of the spaces are not able to be filled anymore by the supply, because you're out of ecosystem tiles, and it'll end immediately. And that's after this dino goes through a few trips, usually across the board here, where the arrows indicate that you move that dino forward. When you have subsequent dino attacks and you've got other dino spaces, as long as your nest is empty and you have eggs available, you will hatch new dinosaurs. So you will spend an egg and you will get a dino in the nest spot. And that is where that dinosaur is going to start off. And it's a game very, very clever. You have to think about where you're moving them, because they always have to land on a mountain space or one of those orange wild spaces that I showed you. And you obviously want to have your nest available. They can stop there, but it should be open so you can get more dinosaurs out there and create more eggs. And that's really what the game is about, is just get as many dinosaurs as possible. The scoring at the end of the game, you just add up your eggs and your dinos, and that's who wins the game. And that's how you play Gods Love Dinosaurs.
All right, we're back for our review of Gods Love Dinosaurs. This was Vic's most anticipated game in her list. I don't know how it's going to pan out as far as how much she liked it. I'll say for me, the best part of the game is the art, the looks, the components. I think the art is very good. Even your starting tile we have right here looks nice. So it gives you a good impression, has a good color palette on these tiles. The board is real nice. The animals are they're cute. I mean, they're cute little meeples. There's a dinosaur theme that really appeals to Vic as well. So I would say it's a lightweight game. It's something. It says 8 and up on the board, on the box. I'm almost positive. I agree with that. I think 8-year-old could handle this and up. Yeah, I would say it'd be probably at least 8.
Yeah.
So, aside from the looks of it, I'll say the game is fine. I'm not going to harp on it too much. If you're getting this game, you want a light game. It's a little strategy, but not very much. I mean, the tile is a little anticlimactic. It's nice at first, getting that animal, whatever. But I feel like if you're playing the game right, actually, a lot of things are getting eaten that you need. If you're actually playing this game right, your dinosaur's eating a lot of predators, and the predators are consuming a lot of rodents.
Yeah, the prey, yeah.
The prey. And then you're kind of just left with dinosaurs out there if you're playing really well. And when I won, I had just dinosaurs on the board by the end, like just trying to rush game end at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But I was playing really well, so I was getting a lot of predators when I needed them. I was eating them all, and then my game board was kind of empty. So I thought if I played this, a little worse, I would have more options at the end. I'm not sure exactly how that would pan out. We played it at 2, we played it at 4.
Yeah.
So we got a good taste of how it plays on both. I had no real preference. I think they both played fine, especially since it's simultaneous action selection, or not simultaneous actions, as far as activations go. So it's not going to overstay its welcome. It's going to be a quick game, pretty much. You're going through those tiles pretty quick, and you can even rush game end if you trigger the dinosaur before you even want to. You could actually, go ahead. There's things you can trigger, so that's cool. Like if there's one left and you really want to trigger it because it doesn't benefit other people, but it benefits you, you can go ahead and trigger that, even if it's not the most optimal tile out there. Ultimately, I'm not sure this is a game for me, but it is a fine game. I'm going to give it a fine score. I'm going to give it back-to-back even scores here. It's going to be a 7 for me.
A 7?
So I had 8 in my last game, alma mater. So another even score. I'll give it even 7. I couldn't go below 7. I couldn't go above a 7. So I just go, I'm just going to give it even 7. What about you, Vic?
Yeah, so one thing when you were talking about simultaneous, when you start off in the game too, I didn't mention this in my instruction, but when you first play, just make sure everyone's activating right. You'll probably want to go around and just double check that people are moving things, because you can forget where you moved somebody or what did you do and have to undo things. And so I would recommend doing that the first go, is just to make sure everybody understands what's going on and doing it right. But the game is so simple to teach. It's something that really appeals to me, is to have more basic games, because not basic, but lightweight is a better name for it. because oftentimes with us, when we try to bring someone into a hobby or have someone get into gaming, we don't want to hit them with a really heavy Euro or a dry theme. And if you can pair an exciting or fun theme, which I've a lot of friends, I guess it's a new trend, that really like dinosaurs, and myself included. And if I saw a dinosaur game and, I'd only known about the mainstream games, and I might be more inclined to learn this one. And like Nick said, there is a little strategy involved, and it's not a crazy amount. So I do enjoy the game for that. The appearance is great. I love the look of it, the colors, the volcano first player token. Just a lot of fun. And I like how snappy it is to add up at the end of the game what your score is. There's not very much to it. It's just how many dinosaurs did you make, and including the eggs. So I appreciate that. The game, it was number 1 on my list, maybe because of theme, maybe because of the publisher, because I do have other games by Pandasaurus that I do enjoy, so that was probably why it made that list. Having had it now to play, I don't know how long this could stay in our collection, although it does have an appeal for us to introduce maybe new people or warm up or have a bit of a little filler game. I don't know how much we'll actually get to play it. My score for this is a 7.7 though. For what it is, I really enjoyed the game, and I think that you could. It's a family game. There's nothing violent or scary aside from little animals being eaten. So if that's okay, you could totally play that with your family.
Yeah, if that's a problem, then this is not a game for you.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
It's all it's eating stuff.
Predators are eating prey, and dinosaurs are eating everything they can.
Yeah.
So I agree with you about the scoring. As far as it's nice to have a simple game where you can score, but to me, I feel like there should be more things that score. It shouldn't just be eggs and dinos.
Yeah.
It kind of limits the strategy there, because that's really all you care about in the end is the eggs. The dinos, sure, but the eggs are just as equal to the dinos. So
Nick's trying to turn this into a Euro, where
I guess it feels like it's lacking.
It needs an expansion.
I guess it feels like it's lacking in the scoring. Once you're done, I don't feel like fulfilled at all. I don't feel anything. It's kind of like now it's done, and I count my eggs and my dinos, and that's it.
And that's where I think it'll appeal to children, because they don't really like reminisce so much about it and go, oh, I wonder what different method I could have done to play. Like, you want more linear direction.
Maybe.
And I think that for children, Nick says 8. I think I agree with 8, or maybe like a smart 7-year-old.
Sure. Absolutely. Smart
7, smart, or even a really smart 6-year-old.
Sure.
Maybe. But, as if they've played games before and they know mechanisms of thinking ahead and those kind of strategies and concepts, mental concepts, then you could deploy it and you're not getting bogged down with too many. There are little rules, though, about how the things move and stuff like that can limit you.
And I mean, a kid would get a kick out of just having this dinosaur, a boy or a girl just playing with this dinosaur. I'm eating that, and that thing's dead now. It's like, yeah, I ate it. Just having fun with it as a toy, and that's actually part of the rules. Like, your dino can do that. It can go ahead and eat that. Yeah. That's what little kids might want to do. They want to just play like this little thing. Yeah. Go around eating stuff, and you just tell them, this is how many you can move. Go ahead and eat away.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
These ones score you more points if you eat those. Okay.
Yeah.
These eat these, and it is a good kids game. I'm not even sure if I would call it a family game, but it is nice that it plays up to 5. Mm-hmm. A lot of these games just play 1 to 4. This one's 2 to 5, and I think that's good for a family game. If you're looking for a family game or just something, I would say you have to have kids though. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a family game where you play with your parents or your grandparents.
Yeah.
I think kids should be involved with this game. That's my opinion, though.
That's exactly how I feel. So that's why I scored it the way I did. Whether it stays in our collection or not, I'm not sure. I guess that's up to Nick. We'll talk about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please click the thumbs up like. It helps bring attention to our content and helps grow our channel. Subscribe as well, and we will see you next time. Thank you.
Goodbye.